welcome to another episode of the InYourHouse comedian podcast with myself, Kd Hinken, your comedic babyface. Just to let you all know that coming up on the 27th of October is a brand new Kd Comedy Inc. presented a Kd Comedy Night at the Actress and Bishop. That is a Kd Comedy Night at the Actress and Bishop in Birmingham Town Centre, 27th of October. £6 a ticket, full line-up of established comedians and some newbies, a nice little mixture, smorgasbord of comedic talent for you all, hosted and emceed with a little random little stuff from myself involved in the middle, maybe a sing-song, maybe a story, maybe just myself being an idiot. You'll probably get all of them and a lot more. The Actress and Bishop, 27th of October. There will also be some coming up at the Brass House on Broad Street and in Kingsley Cricket Club and a few other things online. Kd Comedians with us will be returning on Wednesday as well, live at 8 PM. But other than that, just have a look on Kd Comedy Inc. Always keep an eye out to see what is going on. Mr. Future Call, hit that jingle.
Hello, Internet. You're listening to the In Your House Comedy Podcast with the Babyface and his fellow funny friend. Now hold on to your butts. Keep your arms and legs inside the podcast at all times. Prepare to have an autographical orgasm in 3, 2, 1.
Cool. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the In Your House Comedian Podcast, the show where I sit down with one of my fellow funny friends from around the comedy circuit to talk about anything and absolutely everything. Today I'm here with Mr. Viktor. How you doing, sir?
Alright, thank you.
So tell us a bit about yourself first of all. Yeah, you because I first met you when you did the Bill and Bull, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing the comedy?
I've not been doing it long, you know. I've only been doing it a couple of months.
How many have you done now then? Because I know
I've done about 4 or 5 performances.
So the one you came to mind, that was one of your first ones. I never would have thought that, like, when you'd have done it.
Yeah.
You know, like afterwards, like, you seemed quite comfortable up there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, this is something I thought straight away, is like, intimidating, I'm sure you get this about, intimidating looking guy coming on stage and that, and then you're just a lovely teddy bear when you go on stage, right?
Yeah.
Just
As long as you don't owe me money, you're alright.
That's a good point. Get used to that in the comedy world.
Yeah. As I said, I feel comfortable, mate. That was my first ever performance.
Yeah.
Because I used to be a pro fighter, and I went back to the gym, had a sparring session while practicing my lines.
Oh wow.
That's the way I do it. So
that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like practicing your lines while getting like hit and stuff. So at the same time, like no matter what, you've got them in your head then.
Yeah. Or
I like that.
Or I like to do stuff like I live out in Eastern Europe as well. So jump into cold lakes while saying your lines. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the pressure doesn't really. I like the pressure.
Yeah. Well, I'd say if you can do stuff like that, like, and remember your lines, then you're good.
Well, yeah. That's why I can remember. I mean, I started off with a couple of minutes, and now I'm on 20-25 minutes.
Oh yeah.
You know, so.
This is the one thing. Normally, when I do these kind of podcasts, I have a lot of ideas of kind of things like just little talking points that bring up. Never with yourself though. Yeah. All I was thinking was, I just want to know about your life.
Yeah.
That was one thing I was hearing when you were performing. I was like, this guy has had the most interesting life ever.
Yeah, it's a good life, man.
I need to fucking talk to this guy.
Yeah.
Like just something you put on the other day about, I can't remember what it was. I was thinking about butt plugs in an airport. I was like, what?
Yeah. We're in the. I can't say too much, but obviously me and a couple of lads were in Houston airport and on our way to Miami.
Yeah.
And someone's butt plug fell out and it was stuffed full of cocaine.
Okay.
I mean, one of the lads was smuggling cocaine in from one place to another, and he put it in.
If you ever took drugs, it's got to come from somewhere. So.
Yeah, he put it in the butt plug and stuff like that, and obviously it popped out.
Yeah.
And it fell on the floor. And the police came. I mean, and they looked at us and goes, right, which one of you arseholes dropped this?
Yeah. Was it actually like a proper butt plug?
Yeah, proper butt plug. Yeah.
I don't know if I like if that feels really sneaky, hiding it in a butt plug and then putting the butt plug in your butt,
Right.
or just putting it in your butt. Or then I suppose that's to stop it popping as well, though.
I don't know why the guy did it. I mean, yeah, nothing to do with me. I was just catching a plane.
Yeah. Oh, and unless it was your butt plug, then that's fair enough.
No, it wasn't to do with me, mate. I said it was a friend of mine.
Yeah. But I fucking love that butt plug filled with coke. That's amazing. Like I've always heard, was it the prison pocket or something like that?
Say again?
The phrase for it, the prison pocket or
Is
something.
it? Oh, right.
I've heard something for it, recently. I can't think what it was. But yeah. Yeah, that's just fucking good. Like, you've got some amazing stories, man.
Yeah, there's a few, man. All my stories really happened. That's, I mean, yeah. When I was doing my, I said I've not been doing comedy long at all.
Yeah.
I did my course with, is it Jamie Cook? Is his name Jamie Cook?
Yeah, James Cook.
In the James Cook.
Yeah.
The Hare and Hound.
Hare and Hound.
Yeah. Yeah, we went there. We did. There's another guy called Kayvan. Don't know if you know Kayvan.
Kayvan Kazi.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and him had a little
Yeah.
thing recently.
Yeah, what? You got off with each other?
No.
What?
No, we had a little misunderstanding at a gig because of a douche, and basically two very headstrong people just started on each other kind of thing. But then from that though, we got much better mates, so it's one of them cool things.
Right, okay.
I don't know if I've noticed that people that I butt heads with, I end up becoming better mates with.
Right. Well, anyway, I was doing this course with James, and obviously one thing that I started doing right from the start was stop trying to be funny. Take something that's really happened and make it funny. Therefore, it helps with the memory as well. You're not trying to think of no jokes. You know, you're actually taking things which are true.
Yeah.
I mean, So you make the whole joke true, and then you try and change it something at the end to make it actually funny.
Yeah, rather than just like remembering the script essentially. You just remembering something and then just rather than being funny, like you said, taking something and making it funny.
Yeah, try and be being funny is easy. Trying to be funny is a bit hard.
Yeah, forcing yourself.
So you either funny or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is the thing. This is one thing I've realised. I got into the trap of just kind of remembering a script after a while.
Yeah.
And not just doing, because I always like the natural funny man. Like that's my favourite type of comedian. So I'm trying to kind of develop that side myself as well now.
Right.
But some of my stories, I don't know about yourself. I never know how to end them. It's the end that I struggle with.
Right.
Like how, because you need like it to build up to an end, don't you?
Right. Okay.
Otherwise it kind of trails off. That's why I've always found myself. I can never figure out the fucking ending.
Right. Okay.
Personally. What kind of comics do you like? Like
comics, man. I don't know, man. If anything, I mean, I like the old American stuff, like what is it, like Eddie Murphy and
classic.
I quite like. I don't know. He might be mainstream. What's that little guy called Kevin Hart? I mean, right? And I like any of these, like American guys. Urban stuff. I quite like that. I quite like that. Tell you the truth, but I've got to see if I like it. I mean, I like with music. I like everything apart from rock music.
Oh really?
Yeah, hard rock. I mean, it's the same as comedians.
Like when someone's singing and they sound like I need a strepsil. That kind of stuff.
If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. You know what I mean?
That's the best way to be. To be open to anything. Because a lot of people, especially in comedy, I think they feel like they can't. There's a lot of snootiness in comedy, let's be honest. People feel like, I can't laugh at that. That's like Mrs. Brown's Boys.
What?
Mrs. Brown's Boys, do you know that?
No.
It's a very dumb comedy, you know.
Okay.
I love it personally.
Right,
I love any kind of comedy. I go into it open-minded. I don't know what my point was then, but...
Okay. What's the next question, officer?
You know, I haven't even got any questions. Like, I've got random little body points that I've written down. Like, for example, did you know that the NHS is being, like, basically privatised right now?
Privatised?
Yeah, like America, like, you have
Okay.
to pay for it. Of course you do know.
Listen, I'm from I'm from Poland. You have to,
Okay.
Yeah, you have to pay for everything.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay, what was Poland? What is just you have to pay in general for?
everything.
Okay.
Even if you want to, even when you go to the bank and you get the receipt, you have to pay for that.
Okay. Okay.
If you're going to take money out and say I can't have a receipt, you have to pay for it.
You have to literally pay.
Yeah.
Like when you go to a cash point here, you have to pay like £2 to get your money out. Like.
Not a cash point when you actually go into the bank.
But
You know, you want to get a statement, you have to pay for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you pay for everything.
That's the thing though, I mean, a lot of people don't realise it's like in England, like a lot of the stuff that we have that other countries don't have. Like NHS one, for example, and a lot of things as well. Like, yeah, people take that kind of stuff for granted. Like, despite the fact that, yeah, our government is completely shit. They're all shit. But yeah, we get a lot more stuff, you know. You know what I mean? So when did you move from Poland then? Did you come from Poland to here?
I came here, as I said, when I was born out of an affair, you know, and I was put into an orphanage in Poland where I grew up, and probably around 8 years old, I got adopted and then brought to the UK.
Oh, okay.
So I've got strong my biological mum is Polish, my dad's Russian, and so I still keep my roots. I speak both Polish, Russian.
Oh wow.
And a few other languages as well.
Wow.
But it's us Eastern Europeans are like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're highly educated cats, you know.
To be fair, man, I tried to learn one other language at one point, German. She was like some German in me, very quickly. Gave up very quickly. That's pretty cool, man. Like, I respect anyone that's been able to learn one language, one extra language. So what, you got Russian, Polish and...
English or Spanish and a little bit of French.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you find like once you've learned one language it's easier to learn the other ones?
No, it's I think it's just I do a lot of travel. Obviously Polish is, I mean, yeah, I know I'm half Polish, half Russian. That was simple. I mean, I'm not gonna go and not learn my own language.
Yeah.
Spanish is just through travelling. I travelled a lot in South America.
Yeah, that's spoken quite a lot around the world, isn't it? So, yeah. Wow. And then, so you came to England and then just travelled a lot from that?
I travelled a lot, you know, and hence why I say, you know, basically all of America apart from, I think, Argentina and Chile.
Oh, well, you've been everywhere.
I've been every single place, I've been every single country.
I'm not going to lie, I'm tremendously jealous of that.
Yeah. Nothing to be jealous about, you know, it's just doing, I, you know, I've got the mental mindset of, I don't know how long I'm going to be here for, so I make most of my time on Earth.
That's the fucking best way to be though, to be fair, man. Like, and as well though, with comedy stuff, as you go to now, you've already got like, cause a lot of people are nervous about, you know, the travelling around and that. You're good with that then?
Basically, I used to be, as I said before, I mean, I used to be a professional fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, I got paid for fighting. First of all, it was in a cage. First of all, it was jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Then it was in a cage, and then it was boxing.
Okay.
I decided to stop that at about 40, when I was about 42, 43.
Yeah, just because of the age.
Yeah, and I was just looking for something that gave me a buzz. You know what I mean? Yeah, before I got on stage.
Yeah.
Like say with preparation for a fight, it goes all good, but then once it comes to like, I mean, a day, the sooner it comes to the fight, it really starts getting nervous.
Yeah, you get that anticipation.
But it's not about. But it's not actually you're not really nervous about the actual fight.
Yeah.
You're more bothered about how you're perceived.
Yeah.
How well you do. It's nowhere.
It's not a fear. It's just
it's not fear. It's an anxiety of getting knocked out.
Oh, okay.
And not because knocked out. So we knocked out doesn't matter. But knocked out in front of people that you are trying to portray some kind of image.
Yeah. It's not about the fear of actually getting knocked out. It's about the fear of people seeing you get knocked out. Essentially.
Because it's a fake world. Yeah. And in the fight game, they treat a winner totally different to how they treat a loser.
I have literally over the last year got really into UFC, so I know exactly what you mean now.
Okay.
I'd watched a little bit before, and I've always loved wrestling, which is I know completely separate.
Right, yeah.
But I've really got into the UFC stuff over the past year. So I can understand now what you're saying.
Yeah. So what I was basically doing, I was looking for an alley to take the. So. Like say for example, like I've got this. I'm trying to show off. I've got this gig.
I meant to say at the beginning to do drugs, so feel free.
I'm promoting my own show, the Laughing Hyena Promotions in Nottingham. I'm doing that, and I've not been on stage or practiced. I don't know when that one was with you, but apart from that, so I've not been on stage for about 2 months.
Oh, okay.
I've not even practiced my lines. Yeah, but I went and did Fat Theo's.
Oh yeah. We'll use that picture actually for the image for this.
Yeah, when was that? A few days ago, Monday I think it was. And smashed it. You mean I was testing myself. See whether I can not even think about my lines. And then just practice my lines the day before and go and smash it.
I understand exactly what you're saying. You're trying to be the natural comic, and that's the best way to be there, because that means that you can literally just, rather than having to prepare yourself like for a few days or whatever, for a gig, you can last minute, someone drops out, you can jump on.
It's more about, to tell you the truth, it's more about the buzz. I'd rather, if I know my lines, what test is that? But on purpose, I'm like not doing my lines, and then that's like testing. So not even revising for an exam, and then going and trying an exam. You're gonna be nervous. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that giddy.
You're not just looking to coast, you're looking to actually be pushed. That's really good though, because you're going to constantly get better as well.
And you're actually enjoying what you're doing. Because when you're just spitting out the same lines over and over again, it can become quite boring.
I've got into that trap as well before it does get a bit stale, and then you want to change it, but then you've already worked on this stuff, you don't want to change it completely. No, you're completely fucking right, man. It's the best kind of way to be with that. I like that. That's a really good way to look at this. Like testing yourself as well. That's what
I said. I went straight into a sparring session before my first right? And the guys, we're both pumping each other, and I'm practicing my lines. And I know if I can do that, I can do it in front of a couple of people in the Hollybush. So that's the way. So the confidence is key, you know what I mean?
So as you said, you're going to the Hollywood Chapter.
So
by the time this comes out, you would have already been there.
I've not done. I said I've not done nothing for 2 months, at least. You know what I mean?
But you've done the Bush before, that you said.
I've done the Bush before. Bush is my first ever set.
Oh, okay,
So I've not done anything for 2 months. So I'm just did Fat Theo's, and then doing this one just to get some practice. Because I owe it to my, people who are coming. I won't give them the best performance possible. So I'm practicing then, and then if I can get one more in before next Thursday, I will do. But I feel quite. I'm talking about what's happened. There's one thing that helps. I'm talking about what's happened. Whether I forget a line here, I'll try to put it in somewhere else. But
the story's there.
When I first started, I was trying to be funny. I was trying to make up jokes, and it was really hard remembering them. So I just scrapped that straight away. You know what? I'm just going to start off with what the truth is. Put it and write it down, and then try and make that funny.
Because it's kind of like then it kind of feels like, rather than performing on stage, and to say it kind of feels like more like joking with your mates as well. Which, as a natural stuff, I like that kind of thing. It's what it should feel like, I think, at a gig. Like, it should be a bit relaxed, it should be open to going a bit, like, when you're hosting a gig, for example, I feel like it should be relaxed, you know, it shouldn't feel like, oh, you have to stand here and do this, stand here and do this.
Yeah.
Like, so, but saying that though, some random shit's happened at my gig, so because of that.
Right.
Like I've had, do you know Just P?
He's doing my show on Thursday.
Yeah.
Why, is he good?
Oh yeah, he's very good.
Good, okay.
He's a newer guy as well,
Yeah.
in a new batch, like over the last year and a half, something like that. He just did. There was one bit where the crowd just one part of the pub was just being a bit loud, and he'd already asked the manager. I didn't realise this, to let her know what was going to happen. Basically, he'd made a plan that, to take everyone out into the smoking area that was listening, and it just worked so perfectly. The way it felt so relaxed as well, and it was just random, but it made a point of not only did it sort out the louder people. It kind of made it into a joke, so it could go aside, you know.
Right.
I love that random shit of anything can happen at a comedy. Yeah, man. So what's the details for that gig you're doing again?
It's the Irish Centre, Nottingham, 1st of September. Get there, if you're going to come before 7:30 p.m. Starts at 8 p.m. Who have we got? We've got Henry Michael. We got Jamie Douglas, who...
Oh, I know him, yeah.
Yeah, you know him.
He's good.
Just P.
Mm.
We got Fat Theo, Ian Pescott, and Mikey Crump, and Chris Yates.
Oh yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
Right,
Got a few. I mean, yeah. Basically, as I said, I've not done many gigs at all. I mean, I've probably done about maybe 4 or 5. I'm new, so whoever I've seen, I think, oh, they're good. I've invited them to do my show.
That's how you should base it, man. Definitely. If you find them funny, other people. If you find something funny, someone funny, other people are going to find them funny.
Well, let's hope that.
It's just how it is.
Yeah.
But not everyone finds everyone funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Just a numbers thing, man, with that kind of stuff. Are you hosting this gig?
Not hosting it, no. I'm a headliner.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's my gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the boss, and I'm performing the headline.
Yeah.
So
Either
people,
way.
I mean, yeah. So it's all my people.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Everyone who's coming, I'll probably know them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So.
And Nottingham's a great place to do. There's a good comedy scene in Nottingham. Yeah. The people actually. There's some cities that generally the people seem to actually appreciate the comedy a lot more than other cities. Like, I love Birmingham, love it to bits. Fucking hard trying to make some of them sit down and listen to comedy. Don't know why. Nottingham, they're happy to sit and listen to it. They appreciate it.
Okay.
I mean, probably not if you go to the Hooters.
Okay.
There's the Hooters in Nottingham. Do you know that?
No, the Hooters, yeah.
Yeah. I'd never seen that until I went to Nottingham for the first time, like a few years ago. I'd never seen a Hooters in real life.
No.
Never seen one. I had no idea I had them in England.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just shocked when I saw it.
Yeah.
It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm guessing, have you been to a proper Hooters?
What's a proper Hooters?
Like in America?
I'm sure I've popped into a Hooters. I mean, when I'm out there, there's nothing. No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a
bar, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bar.
Food,
Yeah. Yeah, good chicken wings. I like chicken wings. Are you interested in like hosting and that kind of thing?
No.
No,
definitely not.
Oh, because I imagine you'd be quite comfortable with it as well, just the naturalness, like you said, coming out.
And I'll never say never, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, yeah, what you got to remember is I'm new, mate. I've only done 4 or 5 sets. Yeah, I ain't ready to host yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I've just started. I mean, yeah, getting my lines.
Yeah.
Remembered. I mean, and I've moved up from, my aim was I started with 5 minutes, then started doing 10 minutes, and now I'm doing 20, 25.
Yeah.
So I'm just concentrating on that, building up my length. I want to I want to literally get up to one size, get up to an hour.
Yeah.
Then I'll think about it when you're.
To be fair, it is very different. To be fair, yeah, and you rather than focus on something else, and yeah. Because it is very different, like it's not one built set.
Yeah.
You know, it is kind of, but you spin it in between so it doesn't flow the same. So I get what you're saying actually there, yeah. I've got, what's your next little like, thing then? Yeah, your next little objective for comedy was just getting to the hour? Or?
Yeah, my next one was just to put my own night on. You know what I mean, yeah, and so I'm doing that. on Thursday. And then after that, I haven't thought about it. We'll see.
I think my next little objective is to try and do a set. Do you ever heard of Download Festival? It's a rock festival. Yeah. I want to get onto the comedy tent there.
Okay.
It'd be atrocious. It'd be like I haven't heard anyone that's done it. I haven't heard they've enjoyed the experience. But just to do that,
Okay.
I'd just be interested in doing it.
Okay. Who organises that?
I don't even know. Yes,
Okay.
that's the problem. I was speaking to one guy, Shane Gillis. No, not Gillis. That's a famous dude. Shane something. He's on my Facebook.
Okay.
He does card magic and stuff.
Okay.
He knows something about it. That's as far as I know right now. I'm not that near to completing that objective, but it's up there anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, did you spend a lot of time in America then?
I was actually. You mean obviously I've been everywhere. I've been to everywhere in America. I mean from North America, Central America to South America.
Yeah.
Was
they not living there then, just like going through in holiday?
I do live out there as well.
Oh, okay.
But I can't go into too many details. But yeah, Central America, South America. That's some of my favorite places. Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, Bolivia. Great places.
Just the atmosphere and that.
I just like third world countries. I like
the lack of fucking.
I like
complete control and order. Like that sounds negative, but
I just like
in a positive way.
I just like traveling poor countries.
Okay, just going around, yeah.
Just obviously cheaper.
Okay,
you get more for less.
Yeah,
so wherever it is, it's all the same pretty much around the world, but you just get more for less. So.
I do really want to. I'm planning to go travelling one day.
Yeah.
It's just getting there, as you know, and finding the time now as well more than anything. I always had the idea, and then I had children, and now everything as well.
I got children who's making the difference. If you want to go, you go.
Well, yeah, of course, you're right. Yeah.
But actually, North. If we're talking about my story, in my set, that story is actually about my time in Texas.
Yeah.
I met a very wealthy businessman's daughter. He was actually the managing director of Texaco Oil from Nigeria.
Oh wow, he must have been loaded in that case, Texaco Oil,
Yeah, and he was living in Texas, and I met his daughter in Leeds while visiting a friend of mine. We saw each other for a while, and then when she moved back to America, she invited me. And I went to America.
Was that the first time you went to America, or you'd already been?
I've probably been to America a few times, And with the actual story we're talking about is obviously that I was like pretty much engaged to her. But a few things happened, blah blah blah, and then obviously I had to escape from Texas, and then had to come back to the UK.
Yeah, someone that asked more from the word you use escape, but I could tell. Probably not asked then, I'm guessing. So just going back to the fighting stuff that you said you used to do, did you do cause I'm not completely sure how exactly it works, but what were you doing over because you said cage stuff, so I'm guessing you meant MMA.
That's MMA cage.
Yeah. So what, do you do tournaments, is the leagues, do you know what I mean? Because I know
you just work for a promotion.
Oh, okay.
So basically, a promoter puts on a night, and he's got a pool of fighters he rings, and he matches them up. Just whether you're doing it small time or big time, So it's all the same. Same as if you put on a rave, you get the building, you get the sound system, and then you employ the DJs. and then you sell tickets.
Yeah,
And then people come and buy tickets and come to all pretty simple shape.
I imagine. I don't know. I've always been interested in like I said, like UFC and just watching because it's like a chess match.
Well, yeah, UFC is the brand. But
Yeah, the top.
But there's many brands. You know, in Britain obviously there'll be. I mean, Cage Warrior is probably the biggest one. Mine was just a local one called King of the Ring. That was in Nottingham and Derby.
Okay.
Ran by a guy called Nash Samani. Yeah, man, you do your training. They match you up. But actually, I mean, it wasn't just. I did a few with there's one in Doncaster. I can't remember. Cage of Steel, or something like that. I can't remember the name. Obviously, I'm 45 now. I mean, when I was fighting, I mean, yeah, I was. That's about 20 years ago.
Okay.
You know, and then obviously I got injured, and then went into boxing.
Okay. Was that that's another thing I was going to ask as well. Like, what did you prefer that? I mean, you said jiu-jitsu.
I'll be honest with you, I preferred boxing.
Really?
Yeah.
How come? Like,
Yeah. Just in MMA, you have to learn boxing. You have to learn kickboxing, grappling. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of stuff to learn, and boxing it was just that slightly a bit easier.
Yeah.
As in like, I mean, yeah, as in like the pressure.
Yeah.
Because when you go to a fight, all the guys got to do, is get through your guard, with your hands. In the cage, they get through your guard with your legs. You mean, If you're not prepared.
Yeah, there's all different ways. You can just go in and instantly harness.
You're fucked.
No, I get what you're saying, and I suppose it's also a bit more. It feels a bit more man-on-man boxing in the sense that, like I said, because there's less to it, less you can do. It's also, it's more just about who's better rather than getting lucky.
Both are man on man. I mean, there's no difference. It's just obviously if you're asking me to choose, I mean, which one, then I'll go with boxing.
It's more, it's harder to win just out of luck, I suppose. It feels like with boxing, it's not luck, but you know what I'm saying. Like just so you get a quick shot or get through the guard.
It's just less pressure.
Yeah,
the cage, like a knee you, kick you, choke you, all. It's all ways you can go out. I mean, in boxing, I know that it's going to be hard for someone to get through my guard.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm a strong guy, I've got a strong chin, so I can soak up the punishment.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I'm very good at used to be taking punishment.
Yeah. How did you feel about like the whole? Because I know a lot of people that are into boxing feel different ways about this. Like the what was it, Logan Paul and KSI, and then Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather, I think it was.
Okay.
Just those fights in general.
Yeah, don't give two shits about that.
I
don't even think about that.
Oh, I just don't care about this. You're not interested in this.
I mean, I don't care about that. I mean, I'll see them. I might see it on my phone. I mean, but I don't think two shit.
Oh yeah, but you haven't got a particular dislike into it then, like some people do. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I can understand why people would dislike it, but at the same time, it brings eyes onto it, doesn't it? Just, I mean,
to me, that doesn't matter because that's people who didn't. I've been there, done it. Got a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had fights in the UK. I've had fights out in Brazil. In Texas when I was young. So it's for me. It's one of those things that I've done it. Got a T-shirt. Part of the past. I mean, I wouldn't do it again.
No.
When you're young, you can take it. I mean, when you get a bit older, you got to look out for yourself a bit more.
That's just a smart way to do it. I mean, a lot of people don't know when to stop though. It is one of those things like CTE and it's a real thing. So
yeah, that's all the problem. People don't know when to stop, and then when they'll get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, I'm a big fan of it. Completely separate thing, but I'm a big fan of wrestling.
Who?
Professional wrestling.
Okay.
In general, and that's very true in that people don't know when to stop. Like, have you heard the name Ric Flair?
Yeah, I've heard some of that. That's old days, when you were a kid,
Yeah, Ric Flair was more than anything.
Yeah.
He's just had his last match
Is he still alive? Yeah.
He did die.
Yeah.
And then he got brought back to life. Literally, and then it was like, I'm gonna have one last match. Why not? Oh God, it was so hard to watch, man. I was so scared the whole way through, just waiting for something to happen. I'd already waited till the next day to make sure, okay, he did survive through it. But even watching it, I was like, no, the report might have been wrong, you know. Something might have happened. And he was like, I think 77, something like that.
Okay.
God, he didn't know when to stop. He survived through it, but... Yeah, have you ever watched professional wrestling or at all?
You know professional wrestling's not real, don't you?
Ah, it's real, what are you on about?
It's not.
That's real.
It's definitely not real. It's acting.
Completely real. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Yeah, I know it's not real. It's the thing that when people say it's not real, why do you watch it? It's like, well, that's like saying, why do you watch a film?
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. I mean, yeah, but
Yeah, kind of shit sometimes. To be fair, I'm just used to it now. It's more like a routine to watch it.
Right. Okay.
The way I said it is, it's like a guy's soap.
Okay.
To the point, you know, terrible acting and all.
Okay.
Every now and then you get a good actor that goes through like The Rock. Good actor. But generally, yeah, crap. But yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting with that, like, random thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen, yesterday I saw for the first time, like, you know, the whole Ukraine-Russia thing, obviously, you know about that. And it's a random turn now.
Yeah.
Boris Johnson finally admitted for the first time, or just acknowledged it. I swear it was the first time. The report I saw didn't really make a point of it. But to me, it was like it's the first time they've actually acknowledged the fact that the energy prices, like the gas and electric, have gone up so much because of everything, you know, cutting off ties with Russia and not depending on their energy thing. They actually acknowledged that, and I swear they've never acknowledged that. I find that quite interesting.
Right.
Quite surprising more than anything.
Well, the only thing I'm going to say about that is really, you guys here, I mean, ain't got really a problem, man. You know what I mean?
Oh,
in Poland,
it's
a problem. Yeah. One, the gas has been there's no coal.
Oh, no coal.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
So, you know, there's no coal.
Yeah.
Yeah. A year ago, you could still get coal. Yeah. Coal you burn. Yeah. You keep houses warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The gas has been cut off. The gas has been cut off from from Russia to Poland.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the gas ain't coming in.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the first winter.
Oh shit.
Right. That you can't get gas and you can't get coal.
Oh fine.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, it's the first time that people will actually have to choose whether to eat or stay warm.
Fucking hell.
So, and in Poland, in England, you got out there you get between -10 and -20 in winter.
Yeah, it's what I was saying earlier. Like people forget, like we have it a lot easier. Just in even now, still, like there's other countries that have been affected a hell of a lot more than us.
Yeah.
It's all just a massive shit show, anyway, isn't it? The whole thing.
Right.
Like, you know, I mean, just the whole freaking conflict and that anyway. It just seems to be more than anything. It's just, it's hard to tell it from both sides, though, isn't it? Because you only hear one side of it as well. Like on our side, we hear like all the stuff about like how it's just basically one guy trying to, you know, like kind of get back to old glory days, you know, in the sense of the Soviet Union. Like apparently he keeps talking about wanting to go back to that. But at the same time, you hear other sides too, and it's like, well, maybe it's not that cut and dry because apparently NATO has gone against things, agreements that were made through Russia and that. It's like, it's not that cut and dry. Like people forget this kind of stuff, you know. But they just instantly jump to one side, and it's always one thing I always feel sorry for as well in this kind of situation is like the Russian people too, like because they're also getting the propaganda put onto them from that side too, and they've also got a lot of stuff that they're not getting over there, haven't they, at the moment? That they've had stuff like cut off over there as well, haven't they now?
Oh yeah, you mean like McDonald's?
You
mean like McDonald's?
Well, for example, yeah. I think there's other stuff as well, isn't there, though, like...
Yeah, KFC maybe.
Oh, is that it?
Well, there's a few other things, yeah, but...
Oh, okay.
The West has shut down certain... I think Apple as well. Certain things like that, I mean, they're not selling... Russia will be fine.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I assumed it was like electric, just some kind, you know, like electric or food shortages or something. No. Just literally.
No, you got Europe has got food shortages because all the corn and the maize comes from Ukraine. Ukraine and this will all start off, in a couple of years. Now it's a problem, but it's not really that much a problem. But if the war carries on, then you'll feel it in a couple of years. There'll be a food shortage.
Definitely.
In certain foods.
Because I saw that, like that's why Russia was in control of the one Ukrainian dock, wasn't it? But it didn't allow them to send stuff through that dock, but then I think it bombed them again when they.
It's not just about. It's not now. It might be just the food. Food. But it's like certain, like say for example, just examples. Because I'm not a chemist myself. But like if you can't get corn, say for example, you might not be able to make corn syrup. If you can't make corn syrup, which may be an ingredient in all different foods, or as a preservative. You can't get like fertilizer. Price of fertilizer has gone up because there's no. So if you can't get fertilizer, you can't grow food. You can't grow plants. It's quick. You can't grow plants as quick. The animals aren't eating the plants. If the animals aren't eating the plants, then you can't eat as much meat. The meat goes up. And it's less scarce. It's all a cycle. Life is a cycle.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like before this, because people are in the nicest way. We all are. We're all kind of fickle. We don't think about like just a country like Ukraine, a small country. It's small, kind of small.
Not too small.
Oh, okay.
It's got one of the biggest armies in Europe.
Okay. But just like, before like all this started, basically, I don't think people would have thought as much about how something happening in Ukraine or between Ukraine and Russia would affect the world so much. People just don't put that together. But I can imagine what you're saying, like a few years down the line, how it will keep trickling. Hopefully it won't go on that long. But
It affects people because it's the border. The border between the EU and such a big. No, normally the Russia, which is a strong, a strong military country. If they let Russia take Ukraine, then they're next. Poland's next. Poland's next. But if they attack to defend, then they're showing aggression, and it's like So it's a complicated one,
I mean, it seems to be now that it's, but then again, it's just what you hear, that it's flipped around now and Ukrainians are winning in regards to pushing them back and that's all the time.
Okay.
But at the same time, which is because of all the, I don't think we've sent people over, or so America, people haven't been sent over to fight, it's more like weapons, ammo, rockets and all that. But the thing, people, you always hear people complaining about we haven't got enough to pay for this, so why are we paying for that? The thing I don't think people realise as well is that they haven't given them anything, they're actually putting them in massive debt right now. Because my cynical mind was always thinking, why are they helping so much? Because normally the governments don't help other countries that much, unless they have an interest for some reason. And I always thought that, I was like, in the cynical mind, why are they helping so much? Because they don't normally care. And it kind of makes sense now because they are effectively putting themselves into a position where, hopefully Ukraine wins and then they will essentially have control over Ukraine because in the sense that there'll be a massive debt to them, but they already are. So, yeah, it's a very cynical way, but it makes sense that why they're doing it now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So the sad part is by that though, it also seems like it's not really... it's a lose-lose, bit of a lose-lose situation either way for Ukraine. Just one way is slightly less of a loss. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think that's also more so just so they can push them into joining NATO as well. Okay. God knows what happens after that because that stuff confuses me once they're in NATO. I don't know what that means really. Yeah. So you got Bush in a bit. Then how long is it going to take you to get up there?
Where?
To Hollybush.
I don't know how long does it take you from right now.
Oh yeah, I don't drive, so actually it shouldn't take you too long.
Yeah, as I said, what time is it now? 7:10.
7:20, so
Was it?
20:07 now.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no. I mean, yeah. There's no. I mean, I could probably leave you when you're about 1:45 or something. I'm sure I'll still get there. Or something, so not too far.
So, it's going to seem like a totally broad question,
Yeah, go on.
but just what kind of stuff are you into? If you were sitting down on like YouTube or something on a night, what kind of stuff would you want to be watching? You know, anything at all. Do you like your conspiracies, ghosts? Do you like your random cartoons of SpongeBob? I don't know.
I like to learn about.
I would like this answer.
I like to learn about controlling emotions,
Okay, yeah.
relationships,
Mm-hmm.
understanding women,
Okay.
which all helps me put understanding. If you understand something, yeah, it makes life a lot easier.
Definitely.
So.
It's human nature, we're always trying to figure out meaning toward things.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically it's that I don't really, if times get hard and we all get depressed or,
Yeah, I get that.
or low, I like to watch prison documentaries
Okay.
and remind myself how
Yeah.
you could be a lot worse off. You could be in the same position you are now, but still confined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
Yeah.
rather than worrying about where you are now. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
Because life is about how you think.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
You could be living on the streets.
Yeah.
But if you walked around thinking you're the shit,
Yeah.
then you're way better off than me. If I was a millionaire
Yeah.
and thought that I was a horrible piece of shit.
Yeah. If you're generally happy with who you are, and
I mean, if I was
that's what I'm saying.
if I was a millionaire, but I wasn't proud of myself
Yeah.
or happy with certain things I've done, blah blah blah, and you had nothing. And even if you had nothing, but you were living on the streets of, you're living on the streets of Birmingham like a hobo, yeah. But in your head, when you woke up, you thought, oh, man, what's your name? Carl. You woke up, you're like, you know what I mean? I'm a bad man. You know what I mean? I'm good. I mean, I'm better. Or even thinking like, even you know, that mental, that like swagger that, I'm the best homeless guy on these roads, yeah. Then that's better. Than actually having everything, because what you think is what you are.
Yeah.
You mean all day. A man is something that he thinks about all day.
Yeah.
So basically, whatever you think about, if you think about, podcasts and drinking Red Bull, all day, because you love it, right? Then that's what you're gonna do in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, because you just do what you think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so in a way, it's just training your mind to training your mind. Your mind has to be stronger than your emotions. And that's the stuff I watch and try to learn from, how to master that.
Yeah.
How to make my mind stronger than my emotions.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, For example, obviously relationships and relationship breakdowns
It's hard.
are some of the hardest things we could deal with.
Yeah, mentally, 100%.
But a lot of that is because of not understanding what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to go into these relationships, we tend to become dependent.
Yeah.
Our happiness is dependent on the permission of another.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and if that person leaves, then you are. It's like being a druggie, whether you're taking skag, coke, whatever. Take away the drug. Automatically you're gonna be depressed.
I like it also
Yeah.
to like it's more like a death when that happens. It's like you're grieving. You know, you're grieving this thing that can never be again. In your head, it feels like
Yeah,
that.
but I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing. I mean, you don't know that it could be again.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you think just because you're broken up or da da dee dee dee. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so yeah, you gotta be. Everyone's here. Everyone is on this planet, and if you're born alone, you die alone. I'm big say that. I mean, you're born alone, die alone.
Yeah.
You can't make another person the captain of your ship. You are the captain of your ship.
Yeah.
You've got to steer that ship from. I mean, and a woman, even a woman and a child, is just an addition to your life. I mean,
Yeah.
they can go because a woman and a child pretty much go to get together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and learning to be strong.
Yeah.
So when things happen like a death of the parent, you know what I mean? You're strong.
Yeah.
Relationship breakdown, you're strong. It's gonna hurt, but you have to be able to move forward. I mean, and that's one thing that I educate myself on. If I ever say watch anything on YouTube, it will be that.
Yeah.
You know.
I completely get that. Yeah. Like.
Why do there's no manual when you're at school. They teach you basic school matters. If you're going to learn something about life, you're going to learn about choosing a life partner as a female or someone you're going to have a child with. Should take more thinking about.
Yeah.
I mean, but
people don't.
People just meet, have sex, and then if it's a kid, then they try to bring it up.
Yeah.
You haven't even learned who this person is.
Yeah.
That's why you're having problems because at the start it's always easy. It's always easy. I mean, to be happy with someone when it's happy times.
Honeymoon period.
When there's no problems. When it's problems, or you've been with someone for a certain amount of time, and you learn about them, then you know if you can still stay. If you can love them for their bad points, then you can stay with them. But at the start,
you also can't know. It's always going to be a level of taking a chance, isn't it? Because you can, even if you have that, you can never really know that if it comes to the time when you both have to make efforts to make it work. Then you don't know for sure the other one's going to. No. You can never know. No,
you never. All you can know is if both of you are on the same mental frequency. That both of you know that if the relationship will go wrong, because no relationship goes right, the relationship will go wrong. Are you prepared to stick around in a relationship that's wrong? A lot of people won't do that. The thing is, it's not working. We might as well split up because there's no other option.
You are working.
Yes. Well, it's not even working. If you're with someone and it's every day you're arguing, it's not working. Yeah. It's pretty much that's the only option. We're gonna split up.
Oh yeah.
Right. But really, so you either split up or you carry on going through the shit. Yeah. And then maybe what happens once you go through the shit, it might take one more week or it might take another year. Until you get out of that shit, just like a ship going through a storm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. A skilled sailor is not built in the calm.
Yeah.
You have to go through the storm. To learn how to be a bad man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Right. If you've never been through nothing. I mean, you're soft.
Man, with anything, like, even not just relationships, like, that is the time when you really become, like, it's the time when you grow as a person, isn't it? You've been through the shit, man.
The universe, I wouldn't be surprised. The universe, once the universe sees it's time for you to level up to the next stage, it will throw in an obstacle for you to get over that obstacle and level up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, yeah? For some reason, we don't know why, for some reason, I mean, yeah, it's like universe or God, he knows what you need.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, yeah? But,
There's something. See, I don't believe in like God at all in the sense of organised religion,
right.
but I do believe in something. I have believed that, like you were saying with the universe,
Okay.
and that's the kind of feelings I get.
Well, that's what I mean. Religion,
Yeah,
religion. You know, yeah, religion is religion, and yeah, I've got my views about that. I mean,
Yeah.
But you have to understand. I have a big understanding that in every person. Do you believe? You say you don't believe in God.
I don't believe in the.
Do you believe in God? Yes or no?
You can't ask that because
can't.
what do you mean when you say God?
Do you believe in that there is
A being.
A being in there?
No. No.
Do you believe in devil?
No.
Okay.
You can't have one with the other.
Okay. If you believe in God, you have to believe in the devil.
Yeah.
Now, fair play. Same thing. I don't believe there's. I mean, yeah, in the sky something that's just a way it's been portrayed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But then the other side obviously is called the Holy Spirit. Yeah, where inside of you, you have a soul, and it's a battle in every person for good and bad. This is where it comes down to the Chinese of the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
You know the yin and the yang?
Yeah.
Whatever goes up must come down. Whatever feels pleasure will soon come pain.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other.
Beautiful saying, yes. So, like a relationship, when you're in love, I mean, yeah, the pleasure, you get pleasure from it. That's why people call it love. I mean,
people love being in love.
Yeah, people call it. But the more you love someone, in the down times, the more it hurts. Yeah. Right. So same thing. If you like to get high, you fucking get high. The next day you're gonna feel low.
Yeah.
Or I mean, yeah, you get yourself a girlfriend you don't feel a fuck all about. Yeah, and you don't get no highs.
Yeah.
You don't get no lows either. You're just there. I mean, you're bored out of your head. I mean, yeah, normally you're messing about on the side. You got some side chick. I mean, yeah, you just got someone for dependency.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing with if you're getting high. If you're getting high, you mean you don't want the ups and downs. You just get yourself some shit gear. I mean, yeah, take shit gear or smoke shit gear. I mean, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not getting high, you're not getting low, but the next day you're definitely not low. But you can probably fucking take heroin. I mean, yeah, and you say shit quality, and not even get addicted because I mean, yeah, you're not getting no high. It's the high that hits the door. I mean, yeah, gets the serotonin going. I mean, yeah, I feel amazing. Same with love. I mean, I feel. Oh, it
sounds like the comedy stuff as well. Yeah.
This person makes me feel amazing. Yeah. But once it goes, you're like, where is it? I need it. I mean, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
it's crazy how that kind of thing can work for everything like that. Like the concept of like say where it came from, like with religion and that, but it just works with everything. The idea of like the anticipation as well. You know, like you can't have.
Well, I know.
Like
I know personally. I know God exists. You know, so obviously you might not have been touched by God. If you've been touched by God and seen, if you saw Him with your own eyes, you would believe. Nah, come on. If you saw Him with your own eyes, you would believe because you've seen it.
It depends if I could completely rule that a hallucination or a dream.
No, you'd know if you saw it something or not. You'd know, yeah, if everything changed and then I mean, yeah, something happened to you. The God. I mean, yeah, you had no other explanation. That was God. I mean, yeah, you believe. Say for example,
if there's no explanation.
Say for example, you were driving because you're driving. Say you drive and you drove off a cliff.
Yeah.
And then you smashed into the bottom. I mean, yeah, the cabin. Yeah, and you just got out and walked off. You'd be like. What you mean, yeah?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean, yeah? And if you didn't think like that, I mean, yeah, you'd be a fool. Do you know what I mean, yeah? Because obviously, so certain things happen in life.
I mean, there was a story of this guy that fell from. He did a skydive.
You could all, yeah, if you really want to, and this is where it comes. This is why it comes the word faith. I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If this is like you're like, I mean, last thing we'll talk about is this now. I mean, yeah, because don't argue about it.
Oh no, I wouldn't argue
yeah,
about it, man.
If who was it? Which one was it? I can't remember. Can't remember which apostle. Jesus said, I mean, yeah, I've been on the cross and he's died. And the apostle, I think it was Paul, whatever, I mean, wanted to see his hands.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, to believe it was him. He didn't believe it was him.
Yeah.
So Jesus told him, I mean, he wanted to see. So he only believed after he saw.
Yeah.
If he didn't see with his own eyes,
Yeah.
the holes in his hands, yeah, he wouldn't have believed it.
That's not faith, though, is it?
No, faith is basically believing without seeing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, total opposite. I mean,
Yeah.
That I haven't seen God,
Yeah.
but I believe because certain things have happened in my life, yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and but again, I know what you mean. I don't believe in it as in, I mean, yeah, that's just drawings and stories.
Yeah.
You know, when you're painting Jesus as a white man. Well,
exactly.
That's just because you wouldn't want to put up a black Jesus in your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a black man won't want to put up a white Jesus in his house. So it's like just like a football team, everyone supports their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Muslims support Allah. I mean, the Buddhists Buddha. I mean, Catholics. Jesus, yeah. But if it's a God, there's only one God.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why these are people.
Yeah. If there's a God,
that's why these people are dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why these people are dumb. Their pride. Most of these fractions. Their pride.
That's so true.
Their pride is the devil telling them, no, our God is true. I mean, no, our God is true. I mean, no. If there's a God, there's only one God.
Yeah, all these religions.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, I am extremely interested in religion. I love reading about it, and not just from like a disbelief side. There's a lot of stuff with religion, and I do believe in something, so I don't disbelieve anything at all.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the stories, especially like Christianity, for example, like Jesus and stuff, we know that that's been changed just because. It's just after the Bible was around. It was like a couple of hundred years after Jesus was around, it was written. And then there was this order of Constantinople where they edited it down and made it work for their version of Catholicism. But before that, though, that doesn't mean there's not something to some of the stuff in that.
It's not important. It's not important.
Before that, though.
The stuff they write from before, that's just doing
there was a guy called Jesus. That's just true. We know that. That's just a fact. Like. That guy did exist.
Yeah. All I know is what's the next one?
Oh, okay. Ghosts have got written there. But
Ghosts.
Yeah. See, I look at ghosts a lot the same way when it comes to religion and that. Like, because I do have religious beliefs. I don't even know what they are, man. In all honesty. But ghosts, like, I believe in ghosts. I suppose in the same way for you. Like, it's not a belief in ghosts for me. I've seen one. Like, I've seen a ghost, so I just know that.
See what I mean? So I just said that. So you saw a ghost,
yeah.
So you know ghost exists.
But this is the thing that at the time, it was in this area where I know I wasn't hallucinating in the sense that I wasn't high, I was sober, I was with someone else who saw it too.
Yeah.
It was in an area where, like, that went silent, that I know isn't like that normally out and about.
Yeah.
And then it was just a glowing thing in front of me. I could have been hallucinating, and now, as I get older, I'm like, because I was a lot younger, I was about like 18, 19 something. I'm like, is that just my mind playing tricks on me, how I remember it? But I know at the time, I felt like I'd definitely seen that. So now I'm constantly debating in my head whether I did.
Okay.
But I was fucking sure at the time.
Okay.
But I don't believe that dead people though, that's the thing.
Okay.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Ghosts. As in...
An idea of this thing that you might just see, walking about or something. Not necessarily what they are.
A ghost to me is someone's soul leaving their body after they die. That's my interpretation of a ghost. Do I believe in that version of ghosts? Yeah, I probably do.
Yeah, okay. I'm open to the idea that the things we see could be that. But I think for me at the same time, I feel more that it's probably something to do like alternate dimensions and all that, like bleed through or something.
However say probably, ultra dimensions or extra,
alternate dimensions.
Alternative dimensions.
Alternate dimensions.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could believe it. I could believe that. I could believe that we live in some kind of warps, and because if you really think about it's very hard to understand. Your brain to understand.
Yeah, it's hard to comprehend.
Is that there is the word infinity.
Yeah.
That no matter how high we go, it goes higher.
Yeah, you can never imagine.
And higher and higher. Obviously, even if it was an end, what's after the end? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if that's the way it is, facts.
Yeah.
If that's the way it is, there's loads more stuff that we don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, definitely think when if they've proven that if you travel if a vehicle travels the speed of sound, it could break a time warp or something. I mean,
Feel like.
I believe that could. It's possible.
So actually, then before we finish up, then it's a great thing to ask you about at the end. Then, so do you believe in or have you seen like the UFO videos that have been leaked and stuff that have come out now?
I've not seen them.
You've not seen them?
Yeah, I've seen over my whole life. Yeah, probably there's UFO sightings. Yeah.
Literally the past couple of years, there's been videos that have been leaked, and the Pentagon have confirmed that they're real videos of UFOs or UPAs as they call them now.
Yeah.
They've confirmed that for the last about 50, 60 years there's been secret governmental projects, just researching and keeping an eye on all this. They've got videos of they've got a good I think it's like 3 or 4 videos of something that they've released anyway, that's acting in ways that none of our vehicles can act. Basically, they've just confirmed UFOs, but it's not necessarily.
And what do you think a UFO? What do you think a UFO is?
I was going to say exactly everyone's instantly oh, what you're trying to say? There's little green men in there. It's like there could be, but it also UFO is literally just could be anything, couldn't it? All I know for certain is
what if you had to say what a UFO is, what do you think it is?
Well, I mean, I couldn't really say that. I mean, generally, the general idea of a UFO.
Your interpretation of a UFO. What is it?
I think different ones can be different. That's the thing. I think some of them could be.
Just one idea. What do you think it is?
I think more than anything, it's the ones we've seen the most are probably drones, if anything. But from alien world. I don't think they're not from
alien world.
They're not from Earth because we don't have that technology. No one does, and they've been seen by all the different armies as well.
Okay, drones from other worlds.
Yeah, like we do with Mars and that,
Okay. So basically, you're saying there are aliens.
Yeah. Definitely.
What do you think aliens are?
Just another life form.
Not a life form.
Yeah, there's nothing special about where we are on Earth in regards to the universe. There's nothing particularly special about Earth. Just the happens to have the right, the perfect things for life to thrive as we understand life. Doesn't mean there couldn't be ways.
Why do you think if there was as you said aliens?
Yeah.
Why haven't we seen them?
Well, I mean, you could say the same thing about if there was a solar system just like ours, right next to us, just past where we can't see, and they're exactly the same level as we are, and they're saying if there were other aliens or other civilizations, why haven't they come to us? Well, we know we're here, but we can't just get into a UFO.
Why wouldn't they? Why do you think they wouldn't come to us?
And saying maybe they can't. Maybe no one's got to that point. About the same time, there have been these crafts coming, and they just are here now. Like we've seen them.
Yeah.
They,
Do you want me to tell you what my view is, what those facts are? Okay. What year are we in now? 2022?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what date TV was invented? The TV?
like early 20s.
Yeah, give me an example. What year?
Like 50s or something. They went into houses.
Let's say 1950s, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So just say in 1950s, you had the first TV in the house, yeah? So that is 1950. Would you say that's 70 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So in 70 years, they've made a TV go from a big box to smart TV, internet, all that, yeah? Right. In 70 years.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, now let's think about, so if they do that in 70 years, let's see what they can do in 300 years.
Yeah.
Yeah? Right. The core idea for man, whether it be from 1950 or to now, whatever, is to travel in time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Time travel has always been an interest in man, We're always trying it. I'm sure there's a department, somewhere, that people work, just like you work, have a normal job, whatever you do, that constantly trying to figure out how to time travel.
Yeah, they've actually come up with a theoretical idea for a time travelling machine. Like they've got the plans.
Right.
They need to.
So, say they've made a TV in 70 years. Now, say in 1,000 years, time travel might be actually possible.
Yeah, probably.
It might be part of every day.
Yeah.
You mean
I know exactly what you're saying,
So, if you, in 1,000 years, if just like now when we go on holiday and they offer you to jump on the back of like a ride, or bungee jump, whatever,
Safari ride or something,
just something, like an activity. In the future, once time travel becomes normal, part of the safari ride, will be, you want to go back in time.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But obviously they'll have rules. Right. So time travel will be an everyday thing, just like a smart TV is now. Right.
I agree.
So they choose where do you want to go? Back in time. Okay. Well, they want to see Earth. In 1950, or they want to see the Earth in 1820, or they want to see the world, the Earth, because now we don't know what Earth looks like. It could be barren, all that. So they go back in time. As you said, normally a vehicle has to travel at the speed of light, to break the sound barrier. Is it possible that what we're seeing, as we say, as UFOs, are just us from the future travelling in time?
Yeah, 100%, I agree. That's just as likely as a thing,
Now we don't know how to travel time because we don't have the knowledge. But in 1,000 years, we might quite easily,
theoretically, we know how to now. We just don't have. It's the power we need. Yeah.
So if it is possible, they're going to do it. They're not going to be. So when we see, or some vehicle, and we think,
could just as easily be that. Yeah.
Now the reason what they're saying is that the difference between a human being in this century to in 1,000 years' time was the manual labour will not be. Everything's going to be done by computers.
Evolution-wise,
The body is going to get smaller.
Definitely.
Right. Hence why they're saying, your little men, with big heads. Right. Because during evolution, during Neanderthalic man, was huge. Built, and man has got smaller. Smaller. So we got something. Oh, that's sorry. Smaller. And then over another. That's only been hundreds of years. Because if you remember, it's 2022 BC. That's what it is.
It's 80.
80 after after Christ.
After death, yeah, that's how I remember
Yeah.
it. Before Christ and after death.
Okay, before,
Yeah.
BC after Christ. Okay,
Yeah.
before Christ. So it's only been 2,000 years. Okay. So now let's say another 2,000 years. I mean, with the speed of technology that's happening now, there's a possibility. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We're speeding up evolution anyway because of all the technology, you know, and it's environmental factors that do it as well. And we're changing it all constantly. Like they've just put chips in people's wrists now.
Exactly. It's growing fast. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what I'm saying is basically, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, it came to me. You know what I mean? That maybe all these UFOs, if it can be done in 2,000 years time, they can go back to 18. I mean, where they
any point.
Yeah, right. And then obviously, but in those times, I mean, they used to draw stuff on the inside the pyramids. It's on pyramids.
Some of that
you
stuff's
see
crazy,
pictures on in the sky.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some of that stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
It's on there and that.
Hey, we're going to finish up because I'm going to rush off to this gig now.
You throw your plug in again for your thing.
Say again.
Just remind them when it is the gig.
Which one, mine?
Yeah.
It's Thursday, the 1st of September, Irish Centre, Nottingham.
When you get posted that, send it to me and I'll share them.
I'll send you my poster. I've got my posters all over my Facebook anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get it. Cool.
Alright,
That's been really fucking good.
See you later, bro.
Thanks for doing that,
Look
mate.
after yourself, mate.
Have fun, everyone.
I will do, mate.
See you later, dude.
See you later, bro.